the second part today. And all these discussions are happening by the inspiration of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, who has so mercifully given us these teachings in a way, in a language in which we can understand, we can comprehend, and we can follow in our lives. Right? And everything is in a way that Prabhupada has given everything in a written form or in a recorded form. So easy for us to access. So Prabhupada had his vision. The people in the future will be able to access these teachings. So offering our immense gratitude to Prabhupada. Let's begin our discussions. So in the previous session, we discussed the below points. Prabhupada started telling that how the present day situation, people have forgotten the purpose of life. Right? All of us are doing so many things. Just like somebody is going in his vehicle, in his car or two-wheeler on a road. If you ask that person, where are you going? If he says, I don't know, somewhere I'm going, then it will sound little weird, because generally when you go in your vehicle anywhere you're traveling, you have a destination fixed. Similarly, this journey of our life, if a question is asked for ourselves, where are we going? What is the purpose of our life? Where is my life journey headed towards? If you don't have clarity on this matter, then it is a disaster. That's the whole point. So Prabhupada started with this understanding. The previous session we discussed that people have forgotten the purpose of life. So what is the purpose of life? Purpose of life is to return back to our original spiritual situation. We're all spirit souls. We all have our actual residence in spiritual world, Golok, Vrindavan. There we have to go back. Right? So this is the purpose. And everything, all the activities, all the different various endeavors we do should be directed towards that end, that aim. The purpose of life is to return back to spiritual world. So basically, this lecture which Prabhupada has given is on the song, which is written by one of our acharyas, Narottam Das Thakur. It's sharing about how people forgetting the purpose of life, they are misled, misdirected. Right? So Prabhupada is giving commentary on that song. And presently, in the material world, we think most of the people have this understanding that, our life means enjoy. And the highest type of enjoyment in the material world is sex life. Right? Everybody is working hard for what? To enjoy with opposite sex. Like attraction to opposite sex. And a society, in this human society, at least as per the rules, regulations of the Vedic understanding, there is a system of marriage. At least this propensity to enjoy with opposite sex is regulated. Right? That is the reason marriage is. Otherwise, left to ourselves, like our animal society, there is no such system of regulations. Any species in that male female can have, they combine, they move forward, then again, like this, life goes on in their life. Whereas in our case, human society, the purpose is very clear. The marriage is not for enjoying sense gratification, rather it is for cooperation between the boy and the girl. They come together and they move forward with that purpose in life. That's why it is known as Grahastha Ashrama. Right? Whereas people forgetting this, they're all living in a bubble of illusion. They think the life of, say, few years, 70, 80 years, everything. And in that life, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll set up my business, I'll earn money, I'll see that my family is very happy. Like this, we all go on in a way as though this is everything in my life, nothing more. And anytime this bubble of illusion can burst. Right? Anytime it can burst. And that time, you go somewhere, you don't even know where you are. And all that hard endeavor you put to, see that your family is taken care well, all the different hardships you have gone through to earn money, and so many things. Yesterday, we were just discussing, one more session, how Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita People who are in the mode of ignorance, tamoguna. Krishna says, use the word pramadaha. Pramada means they have become mad. What is the madness? The madness is they know that my parents or my grandparents are no more with me. They are dead and gone. They are dead and gone. I am also not going to stay like this. I am also going to die one day. My children who are born will not stay forever. They are also going to die. But out of madness, one thinks, oh, I have to earn money, I have to do this, I have to do that. So what is wrong in that? Wrong is that we forget the essence of life. That, okay, what is required to maintain myself, whatever number of years I am alive, let me work for that. Not that I earn so much money that I am going to make huge assets and properties for next 10 generations where you'll not even be there to see. That is called madness. So like this, people are in illusory way of life. One of the features, symptoms of the people in mode of ignorance, tamoguna, is that they are in illusion. They are in this madness. But life is this. They made their own concoction of life about how I have to lead my life. Right? Work hard, earn money, enjoy senses. Life means just enjoyment. Yes, actually life means enjoyment, but not this type of enjoyment, which is illusory enjoyment. So this bubble of illusion will be bursted out anytime, and you will be again in the wilderness of this material world. So the song which we were discussing, in that the Acharya Narottam Das Thakur, he's telling, my Lord, I have spoiled my life. When this sense of when this good sense dawns upon us, we realize, what am I doing? Simply working hard like this for what? Right. So when this good sense is going to be realized, then you start reflecting within yourself, my Lord, I have spoiled my life. Whole life I have done so many things, but I have not done anything which is going to take me forward in my spiritual journey. Right. So this is where we concluded last time. Let us move forward from there. So further in that song, which Prabhupada is discussing, Prabhupada says that Hare Krishna mantra is imported from Goloka. Hari Hari Vipale Janama Gonainu. This is the first statement which that song begins as. That devotee is actually, he's repenting, and he's reflecting on his whole life, what has happened in his life. I have uselessly spoiled my life without taking your devotion, Krishna. Hari Hari Bifale Janama Goain. Manushya Janama Paya Radha Krishna na bhajiya. Janiya Shuniya Vishakhain. This is the statement. It basically means that I have uselessly spoiled my life without understanding the purpose of my life, and I'm indulging in so many sensual activities, think that is the end of everything. I'm running behind illusory lifestyle, and my life ended. And life ended again. This life ended. This body ended. Again, I get one more body. Like this cycle of birth and death. In this hard struggle for existence, I'm going through. Now, Manushya Janama Pai means after you get the human form of life, you don't understand what is the purpose of this life. Just go on indulging in activities like any other animal. Then the purpose it is defeated. Your purpose of life is defeated. Parabhava. Right? What for it is meant for, you have not used it. It is defeated. It's a waste of our time. That's what the Acharya says. So further, he says in the next stanza, this is what Prabhupada is telling. Then his lament goes on. Golokera prema dhana hari naam sankirtana ratina janmilo kenetai. Alas, why have I no attraction for chanting Hare Krishna? Right? Right? So, fine. Whole life I do so many things, don't know the purpose of life. At least I should have some attraction for chanting Hare Krishna. It is very simple. That is the lamentation of this, Acharya. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is a transcendental vibration. It is not a material thing. Very important to understand. So the chanting of Hare Krishna, when we say people, you please chant, it is only trying to make you connect to our roots, right? It is a beginning. Beginning, the means, and the end also. So yeah, we get a very important knowledge from this Acharya's description that this Hare Krishna chanting is emanating or it is manifesting from spiritual world. It's coming down to us. It's like a rope of mercy, right? Rope of mercy put for us to just hold it tightly. It's like if you are, in the middle of a reservoir of water or big ocean, you're struggling hard to come out of that place. You have done your best. But somebody from the top puts a rope and tells you to hold. Just like we've seen sometimes in flood affected areas, the government will have some helicopters or some means wherein people who are stranded in that place, they lift them, airlift them. That is the only way. Otherwise, how will you reach that place? So likewise, Krishna has sent his rope of mercy, or has put his rope of mercy, descended his rope of mercy in the form of holy name, Hare Krishna mantra. If you can somehow catch on to that holy name, seriously, sincerely, and just, move forward, that is going to be our biggest savior. Right? That's what this Acharya is lamenting, that Lord, you are so merciful that you have descended in the form of holy name, your Hare Krishna mantra, Golokera Prema Dhana, Harinam Sankirtana. Even then, I am not holding it. So unfortunate it is. I just want to go on struggling and suffering here. Struggling, suffering means again repetition of birth and death. In this Bhavasagara, ocean of birth and death, right? In this material world, we are going on again and again, taking birth, again and taking death, facing death. This is what is going on in our life. So this chanting is not an ordinary thing. It is transcendental aspect from Goloka Vrindavan. It is imported from the transcendental abode of Krishna. From there, the transcendental sound of Hare Krishna has come. Very important realization all of us should have. Hare Krishna, when we are chanting, we should always have this in background of our mind, that Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This specific combination of these words, it is not something material. It is a spiritual sound descending from spiritual world. Very important. Because it is something which you can go on repeating whole day, whole life. You will not feel tired or fatigued. Whereas any material sound, you cannot repeat for even few times. You will feel disgusted. Whereas spiritual sound, it is active sound, live sound. Nama Chaitanya Rasa, that Krishna name, his holy name, the Mahamantra, it is Chitamani means touchstone. Just this, we'll get all the desire. And it is Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Just like a person, I am speaking, you're all listening. As living spirit souls in this body, we are able to, make some sense of this whole session. Likewise, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is that live sound, personal sound of Krishna, who has come in this form as a sound incarnation, who wants to relate with us, who wants to lift us up from this material world. That is the understanding. So, this is not an ordinary sound, it is transcendental sound, imported from Golok Vrindavan. This sound is like the sunshine coming from the sun. One more example Prabhupada is giving. Although you cannot go to the sun, it is far, far beyond your reach. You can understand that the sunshine is coming from the sun globe, right? Sun is very far away, but sunshine I can experience. Right? A very, very tangible experience we have about the sun. Similarly, the vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra is coming from Krishna's planet, which means Krishna's Shakti. It is Shaktyavesh avatar. Golokera Prema Dhanu. And this chanting produces love of Krishna. Golokera prema dhana, which means to start chanting Hare Krishna, you will develop your devotion, love for Krishna. So much so that all the different type of illusory love and attachment and so many things, entanglements here will be cut off. And you will understand what is the truth, reality. The purpose of life is clearly revealed in our consciousness. Whereas right now, what is going on is, why don't I have attachment to chanting Hare Krishna? Why you don't want to understand the purpose of life is because we are indulging in what is known as sense gratification. And Prabhupada says, sense gratification is not your real platform of enjoyment. Very nicely Prabhupada explains, analyzes. So Narottam Das Thakur, this is the song from this Acharya, he further says, Harinama Sankirtana Ratina Janvilla Kenetai. Alas, why do I have no attachment for the chanting of Hare Krishna? I have attachment to so many things. I have attachment to my family, attachment to my job, attachment to my money, attachment to my property. So many things. If you analyze, make a list. Where is all the attachment is? But I don't have attachment to Krishna. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very clearly says, you become attached to me. Maya Sakta Mana Partha. Because attachment of so many things you have is already, all of them is going to, dump you today or tomorrow. What all attachments you have in this material world is only going to finally cheat you. If you develop attachment to Krishna, that is going to really save you. Right? That is going to really liberate you. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Svalpam apiyasya dharmasya. Little attachment to him, little devotion to him will save you from the greatest danger, that is death. So you have to be very analytical, critical with regard to our own life. Right? So we cannot be having a very rosy picture of, okay, this is very good, these people, this is what I have attached to my family, attached to my friend, attached to my this, that. All is going to save me. This is our illusion. Bhagavad says they're all asat sainya. Asat sainya means really they're not going to help you, save you. When you are there, they're all, maybe talking to you nicely, giving you some assurances. Insurance to you. Okay, don't worry, we are there. When actually time comes, nobody can help you or nobody could do anything for you. Right? Because this is how the mystery of life you have to understand. You have to really put some analysis on this aspect. Right? So that's the idea. So quite philosophical. So this aspect of attachment to the holy name is very important. That is what the purpose of human life is in Kali Yuga. Somehow become attached to the holy name. Then your life is success. Why should one be attached to this chanting? Right? Why is explained in the next line. Samsara bishanale dibanishi hiyajvale juraite. Chanting Hare Krishna is the only remedy to relieve the heart from the burning poison of sense gratification. It is one line only, but it has a lot of depth in the understanding. Let us carefully understand this. This Acharya is telling Narottam Das Thakur, just chanting Hare Krishna, if you do, it will relieve you from the burning poison of sense gratification. Prabhupada explains further. Here, samsara bishanale diba nishi hiya jwale. Hiya means heart. Our heart is always burning. Burning with what? Why? Because it is in touch with the sense gratificatory process. Burning means always wanting. More and more fuel I want. More and more activity for sense gratification is required. Eyes want to see something, ears want to hear something, tongue want to taste some tasty food. Like this, there's a lot of demand. Burning means the demand is there, too much demand. It is too many urges to satisfy. That's why it's called burning. Because constantly we have been indulging in sense gratification, enjoying our senses, or rather, engaging our senses in gratifying them. That's what it is demanding more and more. Very nice example is given in the Bhagavad Gita. It's like fire is burning. If you put fuel in that, more fuel, the fire will not douse or it will not extinguish. It will only intensity will increase. So in this world in which right now we are here, it is designed for us to indulge in gratification, gratifying our senses. And more opportunities in the modern day. It is all, like a lot of avenues. You have to enjoy. That is what we have been told. If you don't enjoy, you're going to suffer. It is not the status quo. Society says this is how status quo is. You have to enjoy your senses this way. This is a standard of enjoying senses. So like this, life goes on. So we are so much conditioned to enjoy our senses in the present day context that we think this is our life. And to fulfill those different demands for enjoying our senses in different ways, different permutation, combination, we have to work hard. Right? To enjoy in a club or to become a member of a club, that is a membership. And you have to maintain the status, so you have to work hard. You see, I had to go for a destination, some destination. I had to go as a tour. Then you have to earn to have that much money to go to that place. Like that, any specific enjoyment in the material world doesn't come free of cost. You have to earn your money, and then you have to then only you can spend on it. Right? That's how it is. So the whole life, you see, what you're trying to do is to, you earn whole year, and then once you go for a vacation. So all that hard-earned money you want to spend like that. So basically, your own energy it is. You have burnt your energy. That's what it means. So why our heart is burning is because we're in touch with the sense gratificatory process. No sense gratificatory process can give me satisfaction. Even though I try this way and that way, this way and that way, is a fact. The truth. Sense gratification, nature is that you may get a sense of some level of gratification when you begin with the gratification, with the indulgence of activity. But again, it will demand more and more. Just like I gave the example of Bhagavad Gita. Fire is burning. You put fuel, fire will not douse. It will only, intensity will increase. So you want to enjoy your senses. You indulge in that activity of sense gratification. Not that sense gratification is over now. I'm not going to now over satisfied. No. Again, it will come up with a greater intensity. Desire to enjoy senses will be manifesting in a much greater intensity. It's too much demanding it is. One of our acharyas, Rupa Goswami, says, Kamadinam katina palita durnideshaha. So this demands of this senses with respect to indulging in lust, anger, greed, all these things is so much demanding in our life that we become their slaves, and they are never satisfied. You go on satisfying them or serving them, they are like bad masters. They always punish you, and they want you to become their subservients, their servants, such a way that you don't do anything, just serve me. That's all. That is the purpose of life. They are never satisfied, and they are too much demanding. That is the nature of this sense gratification. And it becomes sort of a habit. You get into a loop of addiction sort of a thing, and you can't come out of this. This is what has happened. This is what is happening with sense gratification. People are trying sense gratification in so many ways, and now they have come to the last point, the naked dance. And what is that? Short skirt. Prabhupada is just finding out. He's giving this lecture in the American country. So he's asking those young Americans, mini skirt. What he says. Prabhupada says, yeah, mini skirt. So because of the material world, the basic principle is sex. Everyone is inviting. Yes, come on, enjoy sex. Come on, enjoy sex. Right? So the man and the woman, they have to be dressed in a way that they can attract the opposite sex. The whole purpose is how to indulge in sense gratification. But no matter how they try to enjoy sex, you cannot be satisfied. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains in the 18th chapter, this material sense gratification, or this bodily sense gratification is like, initially you may get some pleasure, but actually the very pleasure is a source of misery for you. You just analyze any sense gratification we indulge in. One rasgulla you have, fine, very good. Second one, okay, good. Third one, okay, with great difficulty you may have it. But fourth one, you say no. There is a sense of satiation. Not that I want to go on enjoying. No. Sex pleasure. Just for a few moments, some pleasure. After that, right? This is what Bhagavatam is telling. Right? So, again you want to indulge in it. Again you want to indulge in it. Whereas spiritual pleasure is not like this. Spiritual pleasure is unending. It is ever increasing. And you go on having continuously happiness. Whereas material pleasure is Adi Antavanta Kaunteya Nateshu Ramate Buddha. And what is material sense gratification? It is bringing a sense object in touch with a sense. I was recently reading Prabhupada is one lecture is telling. What is sex life? You are bringing, when the urine, urine point and two urine points coming together. That is called sex. Very critical it was. And you think it is sex. It is very enjoyable. Right? That is a purpose. It has a purpose in its own way. But not that is what the life is. Right now, we have concocted and we have made a sort of a, systems in our life. Or this is how life should be. Bring a sense object in contact with sense. I feel enjoyment. So Krishna says, yahi samsparsha job hoga, dukha yone. You feel it is sense pleasure, but that very sense, that feeling of sense pleasure is a source of misery for you. Because real pleasure doesn't end like this. It doesn't have a beginning and an end. It is ever ending. It is everlasting. Right? This is the point. So, very wonderful analysis is given in Bhagavad Gita with regard to the sense pleasure and the material enjoyment. Right? That is certain, because sense gratification is not your real platform of enjoyment. Right? Whatever sense and enjoyment you want to indulge in, it will not be satisfying for you. Again, you feel something is incomplete, dissatisfied, frustrated. So all this has to dawn up. All this has to come as a realization to us that this is not the real platform of enjoyment. Sense gratification is not the real platform of enjoyment. You are a spirit soul, and unless you come to a spiritual platform, you will never be satisfied by any sense gratification. Prabhupada always gave the example of fish out of water. Fish is very happy within the water. Right? It's natural situation for it. The same fish, it is kept in a nice AC room with all up-to-date, amenities, and you will give it, give all nice food. It'll very, very uncomfortable situation for it. Likewise, in this material body, actually we are spirit souls. Our situation is spiritual. We are happy in spiritual atmosphere. As soon as we are in the material world, any amount of pampering this body and trying to make this body indulgence, gratifying your senses, it will not actually satisfy your soul. That's the point. That sense of dissatisfaction, sense of incompleteness, you feel, because it's not satisfied your soul. Whereas when you have spiritual activities performed, like chanting Hare Krishna, reading the Bhagavad Gita, such spiritual activities will satisfy you, your soul. You means your soul. Right? That's the point. So, you will simply go on hankering after pleasure, but you will find no satisfaction. This is the material way of life. Or chasing after pleasure. Like, Every now and then, here, there, and you are only having hope, expectation that, oh, this may give me pleasure. This may give me pleasure. Finally, you are ending up with frustration. So therefore, Narottam Das Thakur says that we are suffering in samsara bishanale. This is what is called heart is burning. We are running everywhere, here, there, running for sense gratification. Just like there's a forest fire. A forest fire, everywhere there is fire, fire, fire. So we are in this virtual world wherein everybody is running for sense gratification. They're all surrounded by, everybody's heart is burning like a fire for gratifying their own personal needs and their family needs, society needs, like this. Samsara indicates our material demands for eating, sleeping, mating, defending. These are like fiery poison. Then he says, my heart is burning from this poison, but I have not searched out the means of relief. Samsara bishanale, diya nishi, diba nishi, dhiya jwale. My heart is burning from this fiery poison, but I have not searched out the means of relief. The chanting of Hare Krishna. I have no attachment for this chanting, and therefore I have spoiled my life. See, just one line, how much philosophical understanding is there. In the forest, always there is forest fires. There's such a big disaster it is. No amount of relief measures will help you, support you, unless there is a proper rain. Right? Only then the forest fire will be doused. Otherwise, it will go on burning. We saw recent times how in Los Angeles, there was forest fire for days together, weeks together. Everything got devastated. So like that, our life always burning. We have aspirations, 1-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, whole life plan. And how much that life is, you also don't know. You're chasing after those unlimited desires. You have unlimited plans you have made. Krishna says, people in the mode of passion, Rajoguna, they have uncontrollable desires, intense attachment to fulfill their demands. Now what position I have, I'm not satisfied. I have to go up. Now I'm a manager. No, I want to become deputy manager. No, not enough. I have to become general manager. I want to move forward. Every field, everybody wants to, their demands are never ending. Very greedy. Not satisfied with what I am right now. With any situation, any status, with money, with position, with enjoyment, more. So where is the end? It's burning. Constantly you are burning with that intensity of hankerings and unfulfilled desires. That is what it means. So further, next stanza it is being mentioned how Hare Krishna mantra is so wonderful. Even the lowest of the lowest, most downtrodden, or the most sinful people, it has delivered. There are two personalities by name Jagai and Madhai, who are during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. They happen to be from a very good, respectable families, cultured families, but somehow due to bad association, they become debauchees. They were, they were doing all sort of nonsense things, right? Like any rogue will do, stealing, then murdering people, right? Indulging in intoxication, gambling, everything, all sorts. So they had become big threats in that community, in that society. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna's incarnation, he appeared, he had ordered his associates to go and spread the chanting of holy name. So one of his associates is Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balram incarnation. He was going in the marketplace everywhere and telling people, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Horo Krishna, Shiksha. Means he used to just go to people and say, you please chant Krishna's name. You please do the worship of Krishna. Or you please take instructions, and you please take instructions of what Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. That is what he used to say. Right? So when he was going about in a market like this, he happened to see these two very downtrodden and very nasty people. He thought, if I can go and convince them about chanting Hare Krishna, and if they can take up chanting Hare Krishna, this will be a great glory for my Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because such people who are so fallen from the social standards, and people don't even want them. They are anti social elements they are. So such people become devotees, then it will be a very great, wonderful achievement for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. In this way he thought, and he went to these people. He started telling them that, why don't you chant Hare Krishna, give up these bad habits, live a life of how, what our scriptures say, life of gentleman you live. Give up all these bad things, nasty things, not good for your soul. So when these people are, these two, Jagai and Madhai, they are not in the mood to listen. They started screaming and shouting and becoming angry at Nityananda Prabhu. They became so angry that one of them, he broke the pot in which he was having liquor, and he threw that pot on Nityananda Prabhu's head. That went and struck the head of Nityananda so badly that blood started oozing out. When this news was heard by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very angry. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't tolerate any insult or any harm for his devotees. He rushed to the spot, and immediately he became so furious that he took out his Sudarshana Chakra. See, Krishna, in his incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, doesn't want to take out any weapons, Chakra, Gada, but he took out his chakra and wanted to kill these two people, miscreants. But Nityananda Prabhu immediately went and fell at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, Mahaprabhu, in this incarnation, you are not supposed to kill anybody. You are supposed to kill only their demoniac mentality. That way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got pacified. And he instructed these two boys, these two miscreants, who by that time had realized what has happened. They got some good sense. So they immediately fell down at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and started asking forgiveness. So Mahaprabhu said, okay, what is done so far. Henceforward, you lead a life of complete devotion. You chant Hare Krishna and lead a peaceful, very, very purified life inside life. So this is the whole story. So with this background, let us understand this. So this Hare Krishna mantra is so wonderful, so great. It has delivered even the most downtrodden, most fallen people like Jagai and Madhai. So the next stanza, it says, Vrajendra Nandana Jai Sachisuta Haila Sai. The chanting of the Hare Krishna was introduced by Lord Krishna himself, Vrajendra Nandana, in the form of Lord Chaitanya Sachisuta. Krishna, who was Vrajendra Nandana, he has appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother name was Sachi Mata. So he is Sachisuta. Krishna took the part of the son of Maharaj Nanda, the king of Vrindavan. Therefore, Krishna is called Vrajendra Nandana. Right? His name became Vrajendra because he was performing his pastime as son of Nanda Maharaj. And Lord Chaitanya took the role of the son of Mother Sachi. So he is known as Sachi Sutta. So these are all very nice, understandings. When you read Acharya's writings, Rajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Haila Sai. Same Krishna has become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Supreme Lord takes pleasure when he is addressed with his devotee's name, with his energy's name. Right? His devotee also is energy. Right? So Lord is very happy to be addressed as Nanda Nandana, Yashoda Nandana, Devaki Nandana. With his devotees, he says, Radha Ramana. He is very happy because his dear devotees' names we take. Although he has no father, he is the father of everyone. He accepts some devotee as his father when he appears on earth. Lord is the Supreme Father. He is the Supreme Owner of everything. But as a part of his pastime, Krishna accepts his devotees only to perform some specific leela of, say, one devotee becomes father, one devotee becomes mother, one devotee becomes friend, like this. When a pure devotee wants Krishna as his son, Krishna accepts the devotee as his parent. This is the wonderful aspect of devotion to Krishna. Krishna is ready to take up any role as per your desire. Right? In the material world also, we have different relationships. We have friends, we have parents, we have our own family, wife, children, husband. These are all different relations in which we are all conducting ourselves in the material world. But actually, these relations in its original shape and form is in spiritual world. Because all the relations what we have in the material world is not going to last. It's going to end either with the end of our body or somebody else with whom we are relating, they die over, relation over. Right? Whereas in the spiritual world, relation is existing eternally. That's the point. So Krishna is inviting all of us to that spiritual world where relations are eternal, it's going to last forever. So all of us want an everlasting relationship because our nature is eternal, eternally existing, all knowing and all blissful. Sachidananda Swarupa. Right? So the Lord is ready to reciprocate in the way we want. Devaki and Vasudeva wanted Krishna as his son. So Krishna accepted them as his parents. So Narottam Das Thakur says, Prajendra Nandana, Krishna has now appeared as Sajisita, Lord Chaitanya, and Balaram, Krishna's brother, has become Nitai. And what is their business? Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu, what is their activities? Dina Hina Jata Chilo Hari Name Uddharilo. Saving all kinds of wretched, sinful, conditioned souls by teaching them the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. That's it. So, Krishna has become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balaram has become Nityananda Prabhu, and what is their activity, business? They are going to all such very, fallen, downtrodden, wretched, sinful souls. Dina, Hina, Jata, Chilo. And they're all delivering them by chanting Hare Krishna. As I told you, Nityananda Prabhu wanted to take up this mission or move forward with the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and wanted to deliver these two sinful people, Jagai and Madhai. In this age, Kali Yuga, you cannot find a pious man or a saintly person. Everyone is addicted to sinful activities, right? Everybody, the material world, Kali Doshan Rajan. Everybody is full of faults, the material world, committing sinful activities. But simply by distributing the chanting of Hare Krishna, Lord Chaitanya has saved everyone, however fallen he might have been. Come on, he said, chant Hare Krishna and be delivered. This is the most merciful incarnation of Lord Krishna. It's called Mahavadanyaya Avatar. Such a great mercy. Even though I am least qualified, I don't even have hopes of how to move forward in my spiritual journey. You are also getting mercy. You're also, mercy is showered on you. How? If you can simply take up this chanting Hare Krishna over. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you will be delivered. Just see. Just that we have to agree to follow this chanting Hare Krishna. That's why it is so important. Prabhupada took up this process of chanting Hare Krishna all over the world. He distributed this to everywhere because he knew Kali Yuga people cannot follow anything. They can chant. The chanting starts, their life will be transformed. That's what we can say. We can see practically in spiritual Prabhupada's life. So what is the evidence that Lord Chaitanya has saved even the most fallen? So what do you know? How do you know? Tara Sakshi, Jagai and Madhai. Jagai and Madhai were two brothers who engaged in all kinds of sinful affairs. We discussed about this, right? They were born into a very high Brahmin family, but by bad association, they became sinful. Similarly, in the present age, although the people of the West are descending from Aryan families, very nice families, by association, they have become fallen. Right? The Second World War, Adolf Hitler wanted to, protect the Aryan race. Right? But Aryan race basically means a person who is following the regulations of the Vedic scriptures. He's called Aryan. All of us actually are coming from the same origin, Vedic culture, descendants only. But as time went on, we have become disassociated. and we have fallen apart from the actual following of the rules regulations. The environment is full of illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. These are four sinful activities which makes a person disqualified with regard to entering the spiritual journey of life. So Jaga and Madai are specimens of the modern population, and Lord Chaitanya delivered them simply by inducing them to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Just see. So that 500 years ago, these two sinful people, Jagai and Madai, were indulging in these four sinful activities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered them simply by making them chant Hare Krishna mantra. So Prabhupada says chanting Hare Krishna actually purifies our heart. What happens when you chant Hare Krishna? So chanting Hare Krishna will actually deliver all fallen souls without doubt. Practically, Prabhupada has proven this. Just see, there's an image I'm showing you. When Prabhupada came to America in 1965, initially he used to go to and sit in a park in the afternoon from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 6, 5 o'clock. 3 hours, he used to simply sit and do the chanting loudly. The Prabhupada didn't have any instruments. This one, Dugdagi Prabhupada says. Dugdagi means small drum. He didn't have mridanga. He didn't have harmonium. No, at that time, nothing. So Prabhupada used to sit there and just chant Hare Krishna. And people were getting attracted to Prabhupada. Just by his pure chanting, they got attracted. They started following Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, and like this, people who are all addicted to so many sinful habits, they started becoming purified. Right? So this is a proof Prabhupada has already shown to us. It's not a bogus propaganda. Whatever his past life, anyone who takes to this chanting process will become saintly. So Prabhupada is telling. It's not simply so that we are telling you. It's practically happened. And Prabhupada has demonstrated this the best. He will become a pure Krishna conscious person. Just see, after a couple of years, Prabhupada brought them to America, these very Westerners. What you saw in the previous slides. They're all Westerners in pant shirts. Now how they have become Vaishnavas. A devotee woman, she is wearing a sari. So sari is unknown to the Westerners. And they're all wearing dhotis. Just see the transformation. So chanting Hare Krishna will purify our heart, our burning heart. Right? And the proof is Jagai Madai, and it is happening. Right now, Prabhupada has transformed so many, thousands and thousands of such people in the modern day context. We're all examples of that. Then we will understand, I am eternal servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So when you start chanting Hare Krishna, you will understand or realize your real identity. Unless then, you don't know what you are. You're in your own illusion you're going on. Ordinarily, we can come to this understanding only after many, many births. As Krishna confirms in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says to come to this understanding, I am eternal servant of Krishna is not easy. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate. After many, many births, when a person becomes a man of wisdom, he surrenders unto Krishna. This is the point. So, coming to this level of realization, understanding that I am not this body, I am spirit, soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, I am eternal servant of Krishna. These are all realizations which will come up so easily by chanting Hare Krishna. Otherwise, it will take millions of births for us. That's the point. And why? Because Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Because he knows that Vasudeva Krishna is everything. But that kind of great soul is very rare. So, understanding Krishna is the source of everything. It is not an ordinary thing. When somebody has come to this level of understanding, you should understand he is already advanced to a considerable degree. So Prabhupada further says, purification means knowing that I am eternal servant of Krishna. So like this, we'll continue further. Already we are reaching the time. We have completed the time. We'll continue our discussions further. So basically, we have discussed today that how Prabhupada is trying to tell us, forgetting the purpose of our life, we are doing so many things. And trying to see, we are only in illusion, thinking that what I am doing is correct. The instructions which Prabhupada has given from the Acharya's Kirtan is that like this going on in our life without the purpose of going back to spiritual world is aimless, purposeless. It will not lead us to anywhere. It will only entangle us further and further. And how and why? And Krishna has so mercifully come as his holy name in the sound form. Rope of mercy is hanging. Just you have to catch, hold that rope of mercy by chanting Hare Krishna. If you don't do that, or rather right now, we don't have taste for it. Why? Because we are so much indulged in sense gratification. Our heart is burning with desires for sense gratification. So sense gratification and devotional service doesn't go together. They're incompatible. So taking up bhakti means you have to give up sense gratification. That is what, sense gratification, as we discussed, will not give you real satisfaction at all. Only further, it is very entangling, addictive, and it is going to drain out your energy like anything. Maybe you discussed all these things. And finally, Prabhupada says, the proof of this deliverance is Jaga and Madhai. And Prabhupada himself, in his organization, he has built an organization wherein such people who are all so downtrodden, so fallen, they have become elevated as devotees, Vaishnavas. Right? And coming to this level, that I am eternal servant of Krishna, I am part and parcel of Krishna, I am actually, my real position is to serve Krishna is not easy. It takes a lot of lifetimes, millions of lifetimes to come to this understanding. So this can happen within one life, in our life, if you can take up chanting Hare Krishna the way Prabhupada has told and follow his instructions. That's the point. Okay, so we'll continue further and conclude this topic in the next session. Okay, fine. So I'll stop here. Any questions? Any discussions? So wish you all very, very happy Narasimha Jayanti. Today in the evening, we have a wonderful program starting at 6 o'clock in Vrindavan. All of you can join live. We'll send you the link in a group and participate in the Narasimha Jayanti. We'll have a Narasimha Havan and a short class on Narasimha Jayanti, on the occasion of Narasimha Jayanti. So you also take blessings of Lord Narasimha, because Narasimha Dev is that form of Krishna who is there to protect devotees from all dangers. Right now, we are going through that situation of dangers from our neighboring countries. It is important that we protect our devotion and protect our life so that we can further move forward in our devotion to Krishna. Right? Prabhupada, when he was quite sick, when he came to America, see, en route he had 2 heart attacks. He recovered somehow, magically, miraculously. When he came back, again he had a 3rd heart attack. That was very severe. He was admitted to the hospital, and doctors had given up. He told, we don't know how many days he's going to stay. Take care as long as he's there. They're given up hope. So devotees also, very initial days it is. I will say just 1 year, 1967, Prabhupada started the movement, and hardly, few of the followers are there. They're all feeling very, very sad that like this Swamiji is going away. I think they should call him Swamiji. Right? But Prabhupada, that time, he introduced the Narasimha prayers. He wrote in a paper and gave them. You pray to Narasimha, pray in a way that if Lord, if you will, if you want to, you please save my spiritual master, my guru. If you wish, please save my guru, spiritual master. Because you cannot order Krishna anything. You can only request, you can only make our appeal. So the devotees used to, chant these prayers of Narasimha seriously. That is how Narasimha prayers got introduced in ISKCON. Prabhupada started his Narasimha prayers in that way. So all of them started praying to Narasimha for protection of spiritual master, for recovery of Prabhupada. Prabhupada miraculously recovered from 3rd heart attack and a paralysis, actually. And after that, we see how movement exponentially grew. It was only after 1968 that Prabhupada started traveling across the world extensively, and movement expanded in a way that, it is phenomenal. So this is how Prabhupada always, wanted to have this Narsimha prayers by all devotees, because definitely in our personal life and the family life and in so many aspects, we'll have so many vignas, obstacles in our life. This all can be counteracted easily by Lord's mercy as Narsimha, protecting our devotion also. Okay, so I'll stop here. Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.